in this lobby. Kayshawn up near the high ground quarter. Max, Jaxie, Supergus all fighting it out on this low ground. Maboon actually on that super high ground right now, looking to take shots on anyone, but they're all making sure to cover their heads with roofs. Max coming out of his baller and going for that elimination. Gets both Supergus and Max.
Stretch pushing his way in, 9 points. A quick edit. Jaxie pays the price. The speed there from Stretch, crucial to get that elimination. Beam from above and pressure underneath at the same time. He's basically in the center of an opponent's sandwich. Got to look out for the trap. Does get hit. Kayshawn goes down. 120 total HP now. 80 builds remaining, pushing towards the other storm as we're at the point now where it's going to close. Southeast is the direction. Stretch quarter from Uwu there. And Maboon all the way up on top. The campfire for every bit of HP while popping the bandage there. Gets the opponent trapped inside. Kind of caught him, but Stretch had no trap. No chance for a easy, free elimination. Player underneath him going to rotate away as well. Shots coming from above on that last one, the one he had trapped inside just in front. Maybe didn't realize the quick edit. Switches the ramp and cuts it in half to get that shot. Stretch gets dropped on, though. The box again. Imagine if Stretch had a trap. Would have been an easy finish there.
Doesn't need it. Doesn't need it. Oh my gosh, well, that elimination count isn't updating there, but I believe he got 4 or 5 eliminations. 18 points in that game, putting him in a great position.
Distant 90s, the far left side of your screen. You got to see it, just out there cranking on the slot after the pump. Curious if there's something actually in there or not. We'll find out before too long here. But even if there isn't, 4 minis, a full shield, and quite a bit of ammunition for a pump swap combo here. No movement mechanics, at least nothing that's visible. We'll have to see here if he does opt for a community launch pad or something similar. We've seen it tons of times before, but he is waiting for the drop down there. There you go.
And you mentioned earlier the resources, sitting only on 23 total builds, and that entire build getting taken out. Going down to fall damage, not what you want to have happen here, especially there's still half the lobby left.
Continues. 30 builds left. He's going to have to try and use some opponent build to make his way up, unless the player's willing to risk everything they've got. And I don't think that's the case, although Goodspeed 2K does go down a big stack of build there, up to 93 total. A much better position, the opportunity to swap out. I was literally going to say, going to pick that legendary AR up a little bit better at just holding down left click and trying to go for a push into a box.
Exactly what you want to see, picking up there all these resources, that big pot off the elimination before, and now the zone's moving back down the hill. Not so worried about building up and trying to navigate it, but down can have its problems too. It's going to create a huge distance now for the guys that are up on ultimate high ground to make their play over here. They're going to have to be careful, but Trev is totally owning this low ground right now. He's got great positioning into the zone. He's going to be able to catch anyone that he sees now moving into this area off guard.
He's trying to take a couple shots at a player that he might have seen rotating. Does catch him through the box there. A little bit of damage, a little bit of shield damage. Catches another one on the rotation down. Big pump shot and the swap into that suppressed SMG, but almost out of small ammunition, so he's got to be very careful. Opt to take those fights at just the right time. A top down, look at the spread here. You have 3 players all the way at the bottom, only 4 remaining. And so Sean, that top right corner, what a ridiculous distance, sees the speck of tech at the bottom and hits a big 60 from above, picking up that elimination. 144 total HP, 26 builds. It's not really enough to waterfall down at this point without being too risky. They're going to be single layered, and Sean going down the redeploy, being the biggest factor to save himself. Trev, we watched the entire game, hits the pump shot and the follow through, and Sean goes down.
Ending at 26 points, 10 eliminations. What an incredible game. He's got to be feeling confident after that. Absolutely. And now on Selin, who's got the heavy sniper through the window edit right now, seeing if he can catch anyone off guard. A lot of these players opt for the breaking of the wall and then following it up with another weapon to hopefully laser down their opponent and get that elimination. Every single elimination in this format is going to give you a point on the board, and we've seen how close the leaderboards have been today and last weekend and the weekend before. It can go down to that single elimination point that decides whether or not you're coming to Worlds or not.
I will say occasionally you see a pretty landslide decisive victory from players in the leaderboard, depending on the region, but oftentimes, like you said, the tiebreakers are big. You have to count on the eliminations and the right time to push for them. Can't get too risky, but if you play too passively, you're going to get outplayed on the leaderboard by players that are not playing. And like I said before, Selin literally proving a point here. Sometimes it does look like a bad action movie as he's hitting shot after shot on single opponents in the sequence.
Triple elimination.
3 eliminations in a row. Selin moving up the hill now. Hopefully you're seeing the credits roll on that one. Taking some shots at Selin. You see blood on the right side of your top right side of your screen there. Shooting at fair on the rotation as well. Selin's still in this though. 6 elims does take a little bit of a pump shot from above in the drop in, but he's got 3 minis as a buffer, not a big deal. Still 48 builds. Curious if he's got a rotation in the trap slot or not. But at this point, it does not really matter because he's in the safe zone at this point. Can just hang out, do Easter Bunny things, and wait for the next rotation. Maybe a chance to. Stop reading my mind. I was literally going to say a chance to beam players as they move ahead and shot on targets. A quick one pump goes for the follow through, gets it. Shield, white damage, another elimination. Catches another one. The trap play potentially doesn't get it. Rotates up and away, maybe afraid of a third party at that point. He's only 57 HP remaining.
And he was having to go from the far edge of the zone. Oh my God! Dropping down on the boogie bomb play, back-to-back elimination on his opponents.
It does pick up Fugitive as an elimination there. The first, it looks like, at 12 points now. A big stack. Look at Fwitz at the top. Look at the left side of your screen. You have a player going back and forth on the zip. And keep in mind, too, Fwitz can jump off of that at any point and take no fall damage, as you see right there, landing directly on top of that barcode player. The 150, the second trap, and it's out. Picks up the elim on Fwitz, who probably, honestly, should have stayed on that zip line. Looking not like the wisest decision to drop in at that point.
Yeah, I think the zone had just caught it. Yeah, so he did drop down and then right into a couple traps by barcode here. And I would have expected him to have a little bit more ability to do something with that, knowing that he was coming down and get himself out of that situation. But we do have Mygo and Innocence here now. This is the top 3 situation. All of these guys getting placement points, but they want that victory royale.
What a gamer in the top right corner of your screen. 2 eliminations, 13 points total. Only 2 builds, though, which means staying on the storm on your opponent's structure is the way. Mygo might drop in from above. Nope, get a tick out of the storm. Let's go 1v1 at the corner there. And Innocence is able to secure the victory royale. That up close into the donkey laugh.
I hate to see it. That is not what you want to have happening on your body after getting the second.
I heard a rumor about Tfue, actually. I heard that every time he clutches a duo win and he's playing with Cloak, he makes Cloak call him Daddy. Not sure if that's real or not. Chris Beeman all the way up top, floating in slowly. Only 25 HP, which means a Storm Tick or 2 is going to be real bad in a second. 75 total. A mini and whatever else is in here. 0 builds. Okay, I was slowly counting through that, and there are no builds remaining. Means Chris is going to have to try and he's going to have to, if he can't get an elimination himself.
In an infantry rifle. He is not in a good situation right now. Trying to use other. Oh! Okay.
Listen, we're about to pay the price for the commentary here. Oh my gosh, Chris, relax. They're children, please, dude. Pushing his way through a triple there. Still alive, still going.
My Lanta. Despite getting 3 eliminations, he's only able to pick up 10 builds. He does have access to that redeploy, but every time you use redeploy, you are so vulnerable.
Double layer
3 builds left.
The branch he's on right now, rather vulnerable, but there's a number of builds directly underneath. It should not be a big deal. Looks like he's taking shots up. Does skip on his way down. That redeploy going to come in yet again. Saving from the drop, lands directly next to this player, and a redeploy yet again. Curious how many charges that thing has left. Gingerbread Woman gets caught off guard. Jelly Paw goes down with a 190 pump shot. Tfue taking damage from above and only 1 build left. Does have the poison traps, can secure the area that he's going to seek up another pump shot. 100 and Saker goes down to the SMG swap follow through there. 8 elims. Looking at 9 elims. Lucas doesn't stream anymore. That player goes down to the rotation.
He just picked up 83 builds, Lupo. That is exactly what he wants to be finding right now. He is getting everything he needs exactly when he needs it. He is on the low ground now, but he is totally comfortable here. 9 eliminations, top 5. What is he going to do with this?
I fully agree with the all caps what in the middle in the middle of the pack there. This is going to be an interesting game as Turner sitting on 9 elims, 20 points total. A plethora of ammo, plenty of minis, still has redeploys, which means mobility is possible. Doesn't have anything that'll get him instant high ground, but it's enough that if he is up top, he can make his way away there, getting a couple tags from underneath. Player all the way up top. We have 5 players remaining. Victory Royale within grasp, to be quite honest with you. It would not surprise me. Turner is one of the best players at retaking high ground. So if there's an opportunity for it, which, lo and behold, here we are. The immediate edit, push out, and establishes the high ground advantage. Looking down from above, lasering. The metal needs to be sought after for to be broken as fast as possible, because if it gets too much HP, and he actually does sneak a couple shots through the builds, gets Susano the elimination there. 10 elims, 3 players left. This could be a 22-point game if Tfue gets both of these and the Victory Royale. What in the middle of the pack? 9 builds left for Tfue. 3 players left, and he's looking for just 1 shot from above. Still applying pressure. You do not want the players at the bottom of this build to get too much time. He falls in, builds himself back up. The quick jump and catch off of the pyramid just high enough to get the landing all the way up top. Drops in the campfire, gets the 100. Follow through, and the shot is what goes down. Literally reading my mind. 22 points for Tfue.
Oh my Lord. Turner just made that look like a pub game, honestly.
There's a reason he is as popular as he is, and he shows